Good afternoon, and we are so happy to see you here tonight. We are really happy to have such a big Boy Scout troop here from Troop 12, First United Methodist Church. And at this time, we'll call for Lynn Bryant to lead us in the invocation, and the pledge will be led by Troop 12, First United Methodist Church, Lynn Bryant, who is the Boy Scout leader.
Please rise. Let us pray. Our Father, thank Thee for Thy many blessings. Keep us from harm. Guide us and teach us to be true to each other, ourselves, and Thee. Amen. At this time, Henry McCormack will lead Troop 12 and the rest of everybody in the Pledge of Allegiance. Henry.
Attention. Salute. Pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This is my final night to serve as president, and at this time, we are going to call for election of the city council president and vice president for the year 2020 and 2021. At this time, I guess I need a motion. Could I have a motion for president?
I make a motion that we elect Mike Bryan as president of the council.
Second.
Moved by Michael Whitterton and seconded by Travis Beard that we will elect.
Lynn Bryant.
Oh, I'm sorry, Lynn Brown, that we will elect Mike Brown as our president. Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed is nay. We will now have the election of the vice president at this time.
Nominate Buddy Palmer.
Second.
Moved by Travis Beard and seconded by Michael Whitterton that we elect Buddy Palmer as our vice president. All in favor? Opposed is nay. So at this time, we will swap seats and move, let Mr. Mike Bryan move into his seat as president of the city council.
Ms. Natty, did you call the meeting to order? Did you?
No.
I hadn't this time for
Okay.
it. Okay.
I now call the meeting to order. And before we move further, I would like to say thank you to my colleagues for the opportunity to serve as council president this upcoming year, and I appreciate it. And Ms. Nettie, on behalf of the City Council, hold up, Lynn.
Okay.
On behalf of the City Council, I would like to present you a plaque of a gavel for being the council president this past year, and that you did an excellent, outstanding job, and we appreciate your service.
Thank you so much.
And before we continue with the meeting, I will call on Mr. Lynn Bryan I'm going to turn it over to him. He has a presentation on behalf of the City Council.
Okay. Missy, where did our stuff go?
It's underneath.
Okay. All right, I'm going to bring it to you, Nettie, so we don't have to keep getting up. The City Council, you've been on the council, what, 5 terms?
Yeah.
5 terms, and something that you have wanted to see your entire life came to fruition at the last meeting. And here's the ordinance that retired the state flag. And here's a picture of you taking the flag down.
Okay, thank you so
It
much.
means a lot to you, and it meant a lot to us to give that to you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I want to hug him, but we can. I feel really good about this. Thank you.
Okay, I'll call on Vice President Buddy Palmer for confirmation or amendment to the agenda and agenda order.
Thank you, Mr. President. At this time, I'd like to move to amend the agenda order to place 2 study items that are on your agenda at the bottom of the second page to the end of the routine agenda due to them being not study items but routine items. And those items will be identified by S1 and S2, and they'll be numbered 30 and 31. Also, I'd like to add an item to the action agenda, the local executive order 20-0118 for ratification.
Second.
Have a motion by Mr. Whittington, second by Mr. Whittington. All in favor? Motion carries. We'll move to the proclamations, recognitions, and report agenda. Proclamations, in the matter of proclamations for Park and Rec Month. Mayor?
Thank you, President Brian. If I could at this time, I ask Mr. Alex Farnett with Tupelo Park and Recreation, please come forward. At this time, on behalf of the Council, Administration, and City of Tupelo, it's my honor to issue the following proclamation for Park and Recreation Month. Whereas Parks and Recreation programs are an integral part of communities throughout this country, including right here in Tupelo, Mississippi, and our parks and recreation facilities are vitally important to establishing and maintaining the quality of life in our communities, ensuring the health of all citizens, and contributing to the economic and environmental well-being of our community and region. Whereas parks and recreation programs increase a community's economic prosperity through increased property values, expansion of the local tax base, increased tourism, the attraction and retention of businesses, and crime reduction, and park and recreation areas are fundamental to the environmental well-being of our community. Whereas our park and recreation and natural recreation areas ensure the ecological beauty of our community and provide a place for children, adults to connect with nature and recreate outdoors. And whereas the United States House of Representatives has designated July as Parks and Recreation Month. Whereas Tupelo, Mississippi recognizes the benefits derived from park and recreation, be it therefore resolved on behalf of the City of Tupelo that I hereby proclaim July 2020 as Park and Recreation Month in the City of Tupelo and encourage all citizens to take time to explore some of the 18 community and neighborhood parks in the City of Tupelo. Executed this 7th day of July 2020. Thank you, Alan.
We'll move to recognition of Boy Scouts.
Thank you, President Brian. We've got a great group, as Councilwoman Davis had mentioned, of Boy Scouts here, led by our very own Scoutmaster, Lynn Bryan. This is Boy Scout Troop 12 from First United Methodist Church. If you will, when I call your name, if you'll please stand, and if I miss someone, we'll fix that immediately. Joseph Sheffield, Sam Pittman, Clayton Hurt, Braden Robbins, Cohen Watson, Henry McCormick, Grisham Shelton, Luke Williamson, Noah Gillen, Tripp Riles, Isaac Shoemaker, and Morgan Winders. Got everybody? Let's give them, wait, we've got, oh, hold on. Will you help me with the name, please?
Dawson Tackett.
Dalton Tackett. If we could give them a big round of applause, please. They are here working on a merit badge, or citizenship badge.
Yeah, and then they have some rank, fulfill some rank stuff too.
And get to see a special meeting where we change president of the city council. So thank you, young men, for being here today.
Employee recognitions.
Thank you. This time I asked Miss Marilyn Bell. Where did I thought there you are. On behalf of the council, administration, and City of Tupelo, with sincere appreciation and thanks, would like to recognize Ms. Marilyn Bell of the Tupelo Development Services Department for 30 years of dedicated employment with the City of Tupelo. Thank you, Ms. Bell. Mr. President, would you come join me? On behalf of the council, administration, and City of Tupelo, with sincere appreciation and thanks, would like to recognize Councilman Michael J. Bryan for 15 years of dedicated employment as a councilman of the City of Tupelo. Thank you, Mr. Bryan.
Thank you.
And I don't think Christopher Brown not able to make it tonight. So that would conclude the employee recognitions at this time.
Okay, we'll move to public recognitions. Mr. Palmer.
Yes, I would just like to say to Miss Nettie, great job. You did a great job. And also to Mike, 15 years. That's good.
Well,
great
thank
job. Yeah.
I don't have anything.
Ms. Nettie.
I'd just like to again thank the council for allowing me to serve as the, I guess, first woman that has ever served as councilwoman in the city of Tupelo. And I wish Mike and all the others the same good luck when they become president. We think it's real good to have everybody on the council to serve as president. Thank you.
We'll move into the mayor's report.
Would like to echo the words that have been said. Thank you, Councilwoman Davis, for great service as council president, trailblazer in that role for the last year, and congratulations to Council President Mike Bryan. I know you will do a fantastic job in that role, and certainly look forward to working with you. We'd like to remind everybody, COVID-19 continues to be a very serious threat to the city of Tupelo, Lee County, and the state of Mississippi. The cases today reported by the Mississippi Department of Health, over 900 COVID cases, over 40 deaths, not all of which occurred today, but still a very serious situation. Just like to remind everybody to wear a mask, maintain social distancing, and frequent hand washing, that type thing. Wanted to recognize Scott Burns and the 14th annual 7 Days for the Troops. He does a fantastic job every year in fundraising efforts for Purple Heart Homes. He camped out on a tent, a 15-foot tower in the parking lot of the mall, and that's no small feat. So want to recognize him and thank him for a job well done for raising money for Purple Heart Homes. Want to congratulate the council, our administration, everybody with the city of Tupelo. Lucia did a absolutely fantastic job. Our Downtown Main Street Association, CVB, the city of Tupelo is the 2020 City Spirit Award winner for the Mississippi Municipal League. So we got another trophy to add to our collection. The City Spirit Award this year was Tupelo won that primarily in recognition of the New Year's Eve celebration to kick off every month of events for 2020 for the celebration of our 150th birthday. Obviously, some of the celebration has not gone as planned, but we kicked it off with a bang nonetheless. So that was great to be recognized for that. The only thing I would conclude with is, just for purposes of the minutes, I will be testifying tomorrow in a full committee hearing for the Homeland Security Committee in the U.S. House of Representatives. I'll be testifying remotely through Zoom type format. The topic will be examining the national response to the worsening of the coronavirus pandemic across the country. I'll be speaking about the impact on local governments, the economic impact, the issues that local governments have faced. So with that, we conclude the mayor's report at this time.
Thank you, Mayor. We'll close the regular meeting and open public agenda, public hearings. Item 2, in the matter of lot mowing. Anyone here to speak on lot mowing? Item 3, in the matter of lot mowing and cleanup. Anyone here to speak? We have no appeals, no citizens' hearings. We'll close the public agenda and enter back into the regular session. Action agenda.
Would you want me to repeat that?
Do I have a motion for the local executive session order 20-018?
I move that we would approve the local executive order 20-018.
Second.
Have a motion by Ms. Davis, second by Mr. Bryan. Mr. Logan, would you explain this executive order?
Yes, Mr. President. The executive order addresses the use of masks when entering public buildings or businesses in the city of Tupelo. And I believe that we discussed the different aspects of it last night at our study session on that.
Any question, any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. We'll move into the routine agenda. Item 4, in the matter of bill paying.
So maybe we'll pay the bill.
Motion by Mr. Palmer, second by Coach Beard. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Item 5, in the matter of budget amendment number 6.
Make a motion we approve.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Whittington, second by Mr. Bryan. Ms. Hannah.
Thank you. This is the sixth budget amendment for the fiscal year. We're asking to amend two funds for actually two grants that we have been awarded. One is a hotspot grant. We're actually placing that into the general fund. It's $19,245 that will go toward the mobile ticketing system for the police department. We're purchasing a new server and installation for that. So you'll see that $19,245 in the police department. We're also asking to transfer money from the community service account, which was budgeted for community outreach. We would like to buy some computer equipment that will be accounted for by the Park and Rec Department. So you'll see that money transfer. We're not actually asking to increase the general fund budget for that. The only other fund that we're asking for money in is a NRCS grant. It's actually a couple of grants. It's additional funds on an original grant that was awarded at a prior council meeting. They have increased that money that was allowed for one of those projects, as well as additional $51,000 for a new project for North Industrial Road that will pop up later for a contract that you will see in this agenda. And those are the only two funds that we're asking to amend at this time.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Thank you.
Motion carries. Thank you. In the matter of advertisement and promotional items, they are none. In the matter, item 7, in the matter of regular city council minutes of June 16, 2020.
Make a motion, we accept the minutes.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Whittington, second by Mr. Palmer. All in favor? Motion carries. In the matter of special call minutes of June 23rd, 2020.
Move that we accept.
Second.
Motion by Coach Beard, second by Mr. Whittington. All in favor? Motion carries. In the matter of special call minute of June 29th, 2020.
I move that we would approve the minutes of June the 29th, 2020.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Davis, second by Mr. Palmer. All in favor? Motion carries. In the item 10, in the matter of approval of Park and Rec Advisory Board minutes for March 2020.
Make a motion, we approve.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Whittington, second by Mr. Bryan. All in favor? Motion carries. In the matter of rejection of bid for Veterans Park restrooms.
Make a motion, we reject.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Whittington, second by Mr. Palmer. Is Alan? Yeah. You weren't sitting on the back row with the others.
Yeah, these next items, item 11, 12, and 13, were two different restrooms and also a storage building that we bid out separately, and all three bids came way over budget. And at this time, we would just like to reject these bids, and we're going to go back and do some homework and try to come back with a more, something that's in our budget and in the lines with the budget.
Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Thank you. Item 12, in the matter of rejection of bid for Joyner Storage Building.
Move that we reject.
Second.
Motion by Coach Beard, second by Mr. Whittington. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Item 13, in the matter of rejection for bid for Fair Park restrooms.
I move we reject this bid.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Palmer, second by Mr. Whittington. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. In the matter of item 14, in the matter of approval for EWP grant agreement for North Industrial Bank Stabilization Project.
I move that we would approve the EP grant agreement for North Industrial Bank Stabilization Project.
Second.
I have a motion by Ms. Davis, second by Coach Beard. This is a grant for $51,645 from the Emergency Wastewater Protection Grant. The local match is $15,650, and that's the total project cost of $67,295. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Item 15, in the matter of engineering contract for the Hive Industrial Park Sewer Project.
Make a motion, we approve.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Winnington, second by Mr. Bryan. Mr. Logan, this is just cleanup, right?
This will be for the sewer aspect of that project. We're about complete, Johnny, with the water aspect, and now we're moving on to provide sewer.
Okay.
And this is to approve the contract with Cook-Hagen Engineers for that project.
Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Item 16, in the matter of approval for construction contract for Sand Creek Bank stabilization.
Move we accept this contract.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Palmer, second by Coach Beard. This contract amount from Emergency Watershed Protection Grant is in the amount of $124,304. Any questions? All in favor? Motion carries. Item 17, in the matter of approval of North Mississippi Narcotics Unit interlocal agreement for City of Tupelo for 2020-2021.
Make a motion, we approve.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Winnington, second by Ms. Davis for the interlocal agreement for the narcotics unit. Chief Gary?
Thank you. This interlocal agreement is between Tupelo, Amory, Boonville, Fulton, Okolona, and also the counties of Itawamba, Lee, Monroe, Prentiss counties. This is an interlocal agreement that we have with these entities, and that we will be presenting this agreement to the Attorney General's State of Mississippi Attorney General's Office for approval, and we will need your approval to move it forward.
Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Thank you, Chief. In the item 18, in the matter of CVB minutes of June 22nd, 2020.
I move that we would approve the CBB minutes for June the 22nd, 2020.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Nettie, second by Mr. Palmer. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Item 19, in the matter of CVB board appointment.
Make a motion, we approve.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Winnington, second by Mr. Bryan. Mayor Shelton.
Thank you, President Bryan. This is the nomination of Gwendolyn Hudson. She's the general manager of Fairfield Inn. Just a couple quick points. She is nominated by the Hotel Association as a representative for the Hotel Association, of course, female, and then also brings diversity to that board. I think she'll do a fantastic job in that role, and would respectfully request the confirmation of her nomination at this time.
Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Item 20, in the matter of Coliseum minutes, March 16th, 2020.
Make a motion, we accept.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Winnington, second by Mr. Palmer. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Item 21, in the matter of Coliseum minutes, April 20th, 2020.
I move that we approve the minutes of April the 20th, 2020 for the Coliseum.
Second.
Excuse me, Mike. So, Ben, are we for certain that because of the overstay of some of the commissioners that there was a quorum for these minutes to be taken?
Yes, that has been verified.
Okay, so, all right. And for the May and the June meeting?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I have a motion on the floor for item 21 by Ms. Davis and second by Mr. Whittington. All in favor? Motion carries. Item 22, in the matter of Coliseum minutes, May 18, 2020.
Move we approve these minutes.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Palmer, second by Coach Beard. All in favor? Motion carries. Item 23, in the matter of Coliseum minutes, June 8, 2020.
Move we approve.
Second.
Motion by Coach Beard, second by Mr. Palmer. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. In the matter of ratification of bid 2020-010 PW.
I move that we would approve the ratification of bid 2020-010 PW.
Second.
I have a motion by Ms. Davis, second by Coach Beard. Mr. Bonds?
Thank you.
This is something that I'm glad to see, that what you're fixing to say, because it's been in the works for a long time. And
yes, sir.
I do want to say this dates back to a previous administration. And before he tells you what it's about, I just want to say thank you to the mayor and Don for their help and helping me get this moving forward, along with my colleagues up here. Go ahead.
This job was recently awarded at a council meeting. We have since received the documents back. They are signed and executed now, so this is the final step. This job is the improvements for safety for the THS turn lane coming onto Cliff Gookin northbound, so we'll help the safety of our students as they travel back home from school each day.
Yeah, that is the merge lane headed north.
Yes, sir.
And this is in the amount of $153,481. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Item 25, in the matter of request for approval of bid 2020-015 MT.
Move that we approve.
Second.
Motion by Coach Beard, second by Mr. Whittington. Mr. Bonds?
Yes, sir. This is for the Jackson Street, Clayton to Madison roadwork improvements. So this job, looking forward to get this one underway. Gregory Construction was the lowest and best bid, and they were well within the 10% of the engineer's estimate. So they just recently successfully completed a job for MDOT on North Gloucester Street. So excited to get them in here and get this job underway.
Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Thank you. Item 26, in the matter of appointment of Scott Reed to the Airport Board.
Make a motion we approve this appointment.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Whittington, second by Mr. Palmer. Mayor Shelton?
Thank you, President Bryan. This is for an at-large position that's available on the Tupelo Airport Authority. Of course, Mr. Reed, Scott Reed, needs no introduction. Everybody on the board knows him. He is principal in Hardy Reed Financial Advisors and has been active in the Tupelo community for a long, long time, and is very familiar with how the commissions, boards, and whatnot for the city operate. And I think he'll do a great job on the airport board. and would respectfully request confirmation of his nomination at this time.
Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. We'll move to item 27. In the matter of resolution urging the U.S. Congress to support direct federal funding to all municipalities in Mississippi to help fight COVID-19 and protect local citizens from the effects of the novel coronavirus.
I move we support this resolution.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Palmer, second by Mr. Whittington. Mayor Shelton?
Just briefly, particularly for those here and watching, the CARES Act, different legislation passed by the United States Congress and signed by the President, has done a lot of very positive things for the country in wake of coronavirus, COVID-19. One thing that was missing from that legislation, though, was any type of reimbursement for local governments, that city or county governments across the country, to recover lost revenue due to the economic downturn caused by the virus. This is a resolution being passed by local governments all over the state and country, asking the Congress to consider in future legislation funding for lost revenue for local government.
Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carried. Thank you, Mayor. Item 28, in the matter of lot mowing.
I move that we would approve the lot mowing list.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Davis, second by Coach Beard. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Item 29, excuse me, in the matter of lot mowing and cleanup.
Move that we approve.
Second.
Motion by Coach Beard, second by Mr. Palmer. All in favor? Motion carries. Item 30, in the matter of settlement for purchase of right-of-way at 804 West Jackson Street.
Make a motion, we approve.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Whittington, second by Mr. Palmer. Let's see, Mr. Logan, or Mayor?
I've got that. I've got the order of the city council on that. We had previously discussed the purchase of this property that ties in with our bid that I believe that we approved tonight on the West Jackson project. It's at the location of Romy's Grocery. We have negotiated for a better part of 8 to 9 months on this particular piece of ground that will allow us to solve the right-hand turn off of Gloucester Street going west. We could not, there are 2 state laws that govern the purchase of property, whether it's to hold that property or to have a street easement or right-of-way on that property. The first is just the general statute. The second is the acquisition of property using public funds. It allows what's called an administrative settlement. If you can't reach an agreement for the lesser of the appraisal or the negotiated price. So in certain instances, that statute allows the city or the county or whoever's buying the property to negotiate an administrative settlement which is higher than the appraised value or negotiated price. We had to do that in this case because we couldn't proceed, or the property owner would not sell us the property. We're at that point where the bids have been let and the underground electricity is just about done. If we proceeded without this without obtaining this property, you would have that whole right side or west side of the turning toward and going west, it would be no different than it is now with the cars backing out on the street, everything of that nature. So we had discussed it in an executive session before, and we're asking to allow us to go forward and purchase that property from Leslie Company, LLC.
Any discussion?
I would just like to say that right in that particular area on Jackson Street, there's a necessity for us to proceed and trying to work to improve that area and make it wider as far as cars traveling back and forth. So I would just like to see this come to fruition if possible.
Further discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Item 31, in the matter of Fairport bid 2020-014 FP Fairport Development 4 infrastructure.
Make a motion we approve.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Whittington, second by Mr. Palmer. Mr. Logan.
Mr. Brandenburg may help me here, but I looked over the packet that we distributed last night. We were talking about that on, I guess, Wednesday. On Thursday of last week, or late Wednesday, we got the actual recommendations from our engineers as to this particular bid. I'm passing that out now. The engineers recommended that we take alternates 1 through 6, the base bid, of course, and 1 through 6, which is the first 5 of those is a change, or are a change from what we had planned. We had planned to use our quantities bid with the Public Works Department to do the overlay because of that bid probably running out before we get to that point. And also, even if it had not run out by then, it would be a matter of scheduling that and getting that done. So in consultation with engineers, we are adding those paving items that we would have ordinarily saved about $60,000 on in order to ensure that this gets done by the end of the year. From recommendations for maintenance on alternate 6 of this type of pipe from the Public Works Department, we increased that by $4,812.60 from 2 different kinds of pipes. This is just a little bit better pipe. Alternate 7 is not to be awarded, and then alternate 8 is to be awarded, and that is to close down a monitoring well that's on that site. The other alternate with the pedestal lights is not going to be included in this project. So the bid would be to award 1 through 6 and 8, or the base bid plus alternates 1 through 6 and number 8 as reflected here.
Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. We'll move to executive session. Do we have any items for executive session?
We have an item 32.
We have an item 32?
No, never mind. We did that during the action agenda, I'm sorry.
Have a motion for adjournment?
Make a motion we adjourn.
Motion by Mr. Whittington, second by Coach Beard. All in favor? Motion carries. We are adjourned. Thank you, everybody, for coming out tonight.